Do you get your chance to chase your dreams? Do we get the chance to chase our dreams? The bitter truth about life, the bitter truth about reality in general is that we all have to work towards our dreams. As a kid, they ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? Who do you want to be when we grow up? And as a kid, that's our la la land, right? That's our la la land, our happiness, our mentality, where we just think anything is possible. Hey, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a musician. I want to be a scientist. Whatever, you know what kids say. Kids say beautiful things because kids are kids. They're innocent. Kids are filled with innocence. But when you grow up in this world that we live in, the world that we've been in for centuries, the world that our ancestors grew up in, the world that our family, our parents grew up in, skin color, racism, darkness, anger, wrath, hatred, there's so much division amongst the people, darkness of jobs, the darkness of the system. When you grow up in this world, you realize, well, that can't happen. So why ask us that? The bitter truth is that we always have to work towards our dreams. Any of us have to work towards our dreams. Even as a musician, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, they all work hard no matter what. They put so much, 100%, 110% of their effort into their work. No matter what, you have to work towards your dreams. No matter what, when you're in your dreams, you have to work through it because you can fall off. Anything can happen in this world. So you can be given the chance to chase your dreams, but you have to earn it. The sad reality is your mind frame, your mentality can be so big, so imaginative, so happy. But at the end of the day, we live in a system where we have to pay bills, mortgages, taxes, toll fees, car payments. You paying land taxes for a house that might even be paid off. It's so much with this world, right? So at the end of the day, we have to put money in our pocket, clothes on our back, and food on the table. So in this dark, real reality, like I said a minute ago, you can have a huge imagination. You can maybe wish and have any type of dream you want on the planet, but you have to put money on the table. You have to put money in your pocket. So you have to get a 9-to-5. So realistically, do we have the chance to chase our dreams? Anyone does. We all do. At the same time, we don't, because we have to work a 9-to-5, and working a 9-to-5 is providing money for you, but working 9-to-5 keeps you in the system. It keeps you stuck in the system. So you're realistically serving a master. It's just like slavery times. It's just a dark matrix, just a matrix. It's just a dark matrix that we live in. You serving a master, you're working a 9-to-5, and you are putting aside your talents, your gifts, just to put money in your pocket and abide by this boss. And if you mess up with this boss, they're gonna let you go. The white man will fire you. And then, if you don't mess up with the boss, you might get a raise, you might get a $1 raise, or whatever. So you're gonna be stuck here all these years, all these decades. Yeah, I've been with that job for 30 years. In reality, you've always wanted to be something bigger in your life, but you can't be. And to be honest, I'm kind of thankful of the decades that we've been in. You know, since the 21st century, we have more advancements and we have different types of technology now where we kind of have abilities to take risks. We kind of have chances to take risks. We kind of have a new chapter, kind of. I can't even say that because even then, there's flaws and problems with that. You know, we live in a dark world. But our ancestors, our families, our family tree from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s didn't have the chances that we have now with entrepreneurship and social media and playing all types, just new types of doors to be open. Not just social media, not just entrepreneurship, but we have plenty of doors to be open where we can do a lot of things. You know, I understand why a lot of females are groupies. You know, we had groupies in the 70s and we had groupies in the 80s. They'll chase their favorite rock stars because the easy life, happy wife, easy life. They just, if they could just grab onto money, they could grab onto money. You know, this whole system runs off of money. So we have chances now where new doors could be open, but you always have to work towards your dreams. It will never come easy. I got some notes here. I had wrote down some notes on this phone, but I'm recording with it, and I had airdropped it to this phone. So I'm gonna look off my notes that I have now. As a kid, I always wanted to become an architect. architecture was my thing. I told everybody that I wanted to become an architect. I was a whiz at math. I even had cubes. I had Legos. I even showed it in an old vlog that I made. I used to have these Lego cities. I used to build them for fun. When I was a kid, build these towers, have fun, cubes. I used to get these cubes, build characters with it. No school shooter shit, but I used to build guns. I like action movies. I loved, Marvel. I loved action movies. I like, I just love action movies. Action movies is one of my favorite genres of film, action and horror movies. That's why I'm gonna lead into my next point. So I used to build these guns. I used to build all these type of guns and make it sound like I was in an action scene. I used to just come up with creative shit. This is how I was as a kid. I have a creative mindset. So that leads me into my next point. I told everybody, hey, I want to become an architect, but that's not really what I wanted to keep doing. So then I started telling people I want to become a movie director. At first, when I said it, I kind of wasn't even sure if that's really what I wanted to do, but I knew movie directing. You're creating these movies. I love action movies. I love horror movies. I love comedy movies. I love all these genres of movies from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, 2000s, 2010s, fictional movies, superhero movies. Okay, movie director might be it. Movie directing is a way to express art where you can grab these actors, where you can work with a production team, where you can get this high $300, $400 million budget, create this saga of movies. I created so many movies in my head, a whole fictional universe. Like, imagine if the multiverse exists. That reality probably exists. And I used to have these dreams of these characters and these realities. It's just so much with that. Dark truth of that is movie directing. Those fun careers that you see your favorite celebrities and your favorite idols have, those are also careers too. Those are jobs. Even though they have more money than poor people, even though they have all the material and all the money and all the stuff in the world, that still is a career. That still is a 9 to 5. Well, it's not a literal 9 to 5. You can work and do anything you want. But let me hop into an example. So the film industry, you have to have a good resume for these companies to want to choose you. Nonetheless, you don't have to always choose every film that you want. A lot of actors decline certain films, so they kind of have freedom to do whatever they want. But it is still a job because the companies is paying you, the industry is paying you. Plus, if you have any problems with the industry, they'll let you go. And then there's levels to that. There's levels to Hollywood. You can sell your soul, you can worship Satan. I don't even want to talk about that because that's gonna throw me off. But that is a wormhole within itself. That's a different system within itself. That's a different form of a 9 to 5. At the end of the day, you're still working a job, even if it's your dream. Your dream is a job because your dreams are tied to money. Or you don't get the chance to chase your dreams and you're stuck in a 9 to 5 just for money, and then you're just living. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people just live day to day. They go to their false churches and then they just think that they just do whatever they want to do on every Sunday, get back to drinking and going to strip clubs, and then they go to work, and then it's just, and then time flies, they have kids, they maybe go through divorces, and then they just pass away. Life is short. Life moves by pretty fast. I had a friend who was able to open up a restaurant. She became a full entrepreneur, and she didn't go to college. She learned it herself. She studied. She just was good at it, and she found a way to open up multiple businesses. One of the businesses was a restaurant, and there's just a lot with that. But she had a chance to chase her dreams. She loved cooking. I remember 10 years ago, 11 years ago, back in 2014, 2015, she used to cook in her house, cook in her kitchen. And she found a way to open up these restaurants and then start a business with that. Like, I watched her grow from moving in her kitchen, moving house to house, moving from new house to new houses. That's the good thing about when you know people and when you have friends with people, you get a chance to see started from the bottom, now we're here, like what Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here. You get to see it. So she was able to chase her dreams. She's Jamaican. A lot of people enjoyed her restaurant. The vibes are fun. A lot of people enjoyed it. The vibes is great. It would have been lit because the restaurant was open last year. It would have been lit if Kendrick Lamar, you remember at Not Like Us when Kendrick Lamar had went to that restaurant in Compton? That would have been lit if he came here. That would have been so, how much clout we would have got if he came here? That would have been so lit for all of us, take some pictures and stuff like that. 9 to 5s is dark. 9 to 5s is scary because you're just working that life. You're just living that life to just put money in your pocket. This leads me to my next point. risks and chances. Do we ever really get the chance to take a risk? Because even then, when you're taking a risk, you're breaking out of a matrix that you were just in previously to try to enter a new one that might go wrong, which is the scary thing. It could go good or it could go bad. And that's a problem within itself, but the opportunities too. Do anybody on this planet get the chance to take risks? To be honest, no. Risks and chances don't come around that often. You kind of have to try to do that for yourself. And that's why I like about this century now. In the 21st century, we have technology advancements, we have entrepreneurship, we have so many new doorways to be open that you kind of can take your own risk. Like, a lot of people are starting clothing businesses. Like, a lot of my friends, like a lot of people I went to school with were starting clothing businesses. A lot of girls do beauty care, and then you have social media, and then you have the chance to open the stores. A lot of Instagram girls, I gotta keep bringing them up because women are beautiful. Women like to use beauty as an advantage, just like groupies. Groupies like in the 70s and 80s, you know what I'm saying? So they start to be Instagram models, the rappers will go pick them up, and then they go. Even bringing up hip hop, bringing up rap. You have to have the talent to rap. I mean, look at 8 Mile with Eminem. Like, you have to have the talent to rap, be lit, so then the label will want to sign you. This is a lot. You have to go to these underground shows. I mean, my boy Raji was doing it too. Raji, he was going to his underground shows. I mean, look at every rapper. You work a 9 to 5, you drop these mixtapes, you drop these albums, you drop these singles, you try to rap on a freestyle, or you try to freestyle on an instrumental, and then you just save up your money, buy some outfits to build your own aesthetic, and then you go through with that with the hip hop world. You gotta take risks and chances, even though it's gonna be very difficult when you look, you know, in the system that we live in. It's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be very, very risky. But if it come by, please make it come by, because you have the chance to change your world. You have the chance to change the reality that you live in, the reality of the people that believed in you. Do we really get the chance to chase our dreams? At the end of the day, the dreams that we want to chase is connected to money. Either you're working a 9 to 5 and you slave for the system and getting money from that 9 to 5, or you're gonna get paid from doing what you love to do. Whatever chance you get, whatever time you have, you gotta go for it. The sad reality that we live in is that there are chances to be made. You have to work to it, and you have to work through it no matter what. You have to put in the work no matter what. It will never be easy. Money is never just gonna teleport in your house. I'm looking at that now. I dodged college because college is huge. Why am I paying so much money that I might not do? Why am I working so hard, paying off this huge bill, then might drop out, then really be in debt? Why is college teaching me classes that I don't need to know? Why are they teaching me so much that's in the high school? I might get a chance to retake certain classes that I already just took in the previous semester. It's so much. You're paying all this money. You know, college is a loop. And I can't even say go to trade school. Going to trade school is hands-on careers. Construction, electrician, plumbing, as an example. Going to trade school doesn't give you a type career like college, like what I just named, hip hop, movie industry. No. Trade schools give you hands-on careers. So again, with that, trade schools, trade jobs, you're getting paid $40 an hour. Working for the union, working for the state, working for the damn, I can't talk. Working for the state, yeah. Hands-on businesses, you're getting paid like $40 an hour, $50 an hour, $30 an hour. You're getting paid amazingly. That's not really your career dream. That's just settling with something that is amazing. Again, so I want you guys to understand my point in this video. Do we ever get the chance to be gods? No. In this sad reality, we kind of don't. In this sad reality, we have to work for anything, no matter what it is. Or you gotta settle with trash. You gotta settle with shit. That's my point. I know it's kind of vague. I'm talking about the movie industry. I'm talking about creating your own businesses. I'm talking about slaving for the 9 to 5 system. It's kind of vague. I hope you guys get what I mean about this video. But in all honesty, you know, you can chase your dreams. You can become anything you want in this world. It's just never given to us. You have to work for it. yourself. You have to go look deeper. You have to break out the boundaries, break out the matrix, and say, yeah, this is really what I want to do. This is really what I should do. This is really what I need to do. You know? They will never just be handed to us. So as a kid, they ask us, who do you want to be at when you grow up? You know, and they're playing with kids because kids have such a beautiful, huge mindset, and they're just looking at you. Oh yeah, that's beautiful, that's amazing. Knowing damn well 15 years from now, they might not be there. Or they're stressed, struggling to go get that. Nothing's ever given to us on the platter. I see it now. No matter what, you could put in so much work and still don't make it. It's just a lot of, life is a dark video game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it to this time in the video, it's just life. I just be thinking of life. Well, what the hell type of world do I live in? Feels good. It's like 70 something degrees right now. I ain't gonna lie. It's a cool day, so I'm able to think. When it's hot, I can't think, man. I really can't think. Look at my bonnet. Damn, this is the aggravating thing about dreads. I gotta keep getting retwists, and I don't have a taper. I don't want taper dreads, hell no. So the hair that y'all see right here is from my dreads. I just gotta get it. You just always gotta get retwists with dreads. See, nothing is free in life. You gotta work for everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Realistically, I didn't even need to look into my notes. I had some notes here. You know what I'm saying? I had to airdrop it to the next phone so I could see what I wanted to talk about, because I just be typing on this phone. Yeah, I didn't even really need this. It was just off the top of my head, you know. But thank you guys for watching. If you made it to this time of the video, like, share, subscribe if you're new. Like, share, push this video out. This is just a genuine thought session I'll be having. Thank you for watching. If you made it to this time of the video, I love y'all. CT out. Once you work for a 9 to 5 and you don't find a way out, you definitely not gonna change your dreams. Settling for a trade program is an amazing job. Yes, that's an amazing job. It pays well. But again, that's not your dreams. That's just making do with what you have. There's nothing wrong with working in trades. Hell no. That's beautiful. Schools need to teach more about trade school. They don't do that. They always talk about college just to keep you in that depth. They always bring up college. There's nothing wrong with trade school. That's amazing. But again, that's not chasing your dreams. That's still settling. At the end of the day, it's settling. If you work in a 9 to 5 and then you find a way to break out that system, beautiful. But if you work a 9 to 5, start a family, buy a house, you might be stuck in that forever. I know we all have to move on with our lives and go on as we grow older, but the way this system works is really dark and chances don't come around too often. Nonetheless, you gotta pay bills, because like I said in this video, money runs this whole world. So in reality, you gotta keep up with the bills, otherwise you're gonna struggle. You know, as a kid, they ask us what we want to do when we grow up. Kids say a beautiful answer because kids are full of innocence. And then reality hits and it just won't be like that way. Kids think of everything as la la land. Kids are peaceful. But this world doesn't treat us right. The honest truth is the darkest truth and the saddest truth. Like, I hope y'all get what I mean throughout this video. You can take risks. You can take chances to make a change in your life, to go for the best. But at the end of the day, money runs this whole world. I want you to understand what I mean. So money runs this whole world. You have to do something to put money in your pocket, no matter what it is. It could be slaving for a system, 9 to 5, or it could be your favorite career. But even then, there are some things you gotta do in life. It will never be perfect. It will never be perfect. Some things you gotta do in life just to make money. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Certain celebrities look like they living it up, but I promise you, behind closed doors, they not happy. Just being real. And nonetheless, besides that, even if they're perfect in being happy, like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, there is a time in their life where they have to suffer, so then they won't suffer ever again. But it's just, I ain't gonna lie. The way I see it in life, is there are the suffering is a long time. That's just the way I see it. But I hope you guys get what I mean throughout this video. It's kind of vague. Took my shirt off, but it's kind of vague. But I think y'all get me. I hope y'all do. Please, I'm sorry. The thing about chasing dreams is you're living a better you, and I have to put quotations on this, but you can be seen as living a better life than people with 9 to 5s, which is true. Even though celebrities have their own problems behind closed doors. But my point is, yes, you could get paid to do beautiful things. You could get paid from living a life without doing any form of a 9 to 5, like working at a gas station or just settling for less, right? With all these crazy ass bills. Celebrities have high bills. They have high problems that they gotta deal with too. And the whole Hollywood system, that's deep. That's gonna throw me off getting into that. But what my point is, realistically, at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's just how life is treating you. Now, you can live free and make money, but again, that you still have to work. You're still working. Versus just slaving for a 9 to 5 system, which is even worse, you know? So you kind of gotta pick your poison. Is it really a poison if you're getting paid from doing something you love to do? Getting paid from doing something that's better than a damn 9 to 5? It's a different type of poison, but it's not the poison like these. All of us got bills. All of us got bills, no matter what. Money, you gotta have money. You have to have your life together.